All right, begin.
What's going on, y'all? What it is? So let's go ahead and slide on this topic, and I want to talk about Fat Joe. So recently Fat Joe sat down and did some type of interview or podcast or whatever the case may be, but he went on this rant saying that he was responsible for getting Trick Daddy and Pitbull record deals. And so Uncle Luke said, yo, hold on, player.
You are a lying bitch.
So what I want to do right now is play you guys that clip of Fat Joe saying that he's responsible for getting Trick Daddy and Pitbull signed, and then I'll be right back.
I put him on. I took his shit, made sure that they played it. They wasn't never gonna play it. 6 months later, he was rich. Pitbull, I took his demo and got him signed. Fat Joe, cool. Trick Daddy, I took his shit and got him signed. Fuji La was supposed to be mine. I ain't put the Fuji's on, but I'm telling you about facts.
Alright, so you guys just heard Fat Joe say that he was responsible for putting Pitbull, Trick Daddy, and I think he said French Montana on. And so basically what I want to do right here is read to you all what Uncle Luke posted on Instagram in response to Fat Joe's claims. So Uncle Luke says, I love Joe, but I find this very interesting because I discovered Trick Daddy. He did his first song with me as soon as he got out from being locked up, and he stayed with me. I also discovered and signed Pitbull to the platinum selling Luke Records label. He did his first songs with me. Because I'm from Miami, I felt the importance of signing a Cuban rapper, so I discovered him off of battle rap tapes. Maybe I'm missing something here. I do have the receipts, by the way, because you don't see me in all the videos and at the birthday parties. Yes, at DJ Khaled, I found him on Underground Radio Mix 96, brought him to mainstream radio at 99 Jams Miami, The Luke Show. Now, even primetime Deion Sanders was in the comments showing Luke some love, and he said, tell them, heroes, sometimes they forget. Luke always been that dude. He was one of my heroes and still is. Y'all have no idea what this man fought for. The music you listen to today is because of his heart and conviction and his willingness to fight for what he believed. Hashtag Florida boy. Now, even Rick Ross jumped in the comments, being the messy bottom that he is, and said, Luke said, I find this very interesting with the laughing emoji. Now look, I know that Rick Ross is just holding down his brother. They're all from Miami, so they're gonna have each other's back. But what I want to do right here is play you guys this scruggle, and I mean scruggle with the C. This scruggle explanation coming from Fat Joe when he went live with Luke to explain what he actually meant. So check this out, and I'll be right back.
With Craig Cowman, who's still the boss of Atlantic, I don't him no more, but I took the demo of Trick Daddy. I put it on his desk. I said, you need to sign this guy. He's the next guy. Now, I know you discovered Trick. I know you discovered Pitbull. I never said I discovered them. Luke. I took his demo out of love for hip hop. And Craig Cowman calls me 2 days later and tells me I signed the guy Trick from Miami. Cool. That's what I'm elaborating to. When it comes to Pitbull, I know you discovered Pitbull from day one. I didn't say I discovered Pitbull. What I said was, when I was in New York, I was up. I was on the run. I came to Miami. My brother, Robert Fernandez, Robbie Rob, who still works with Pitt to this day, let me stay in this house for 6 months. Nobody else has done that for me. So a couple of years later, when Big Pun's double platinum, Fat Joe's platinum, the Spanish is rocking, TBT is begging me for any Spanish artist in the universe. Robbie Rob steps to me and says, Joe, I need this favor. I walk in TBT to Brian Leach, Steve Gottlieb, and I said, this is the guy. This is the next one. Now they signed him. I never did business with Pitbull or Trick. I never signed him. This was all out of love. Everything I did was out of love. Right. And so when I say these things, you know, we've been around too long, Luke. We've been a principle. So when I go on record and I say something, I really believe it. I really mean it. Mm-hmm. And so I know it's always been love with me and you. I know it's been love with all of us. And so when everybody's telling me this and this and that, I say, yo, let me break it down to Luke and everybody, my side of the story, my truth, because I'm telling the truth.
All right, so you guys just saw that. Now, I don't know about y'all, but when I'm looking at Luke in that video, he's looking very confused and baffled. I'm just keeping it all the way real. So Fat Joe is trying to say that, hey, I'm not saying that I discovered the guys, but I was the catalyst to getting those guys signed. But Trick Daddy said, hold up, wait 1 minute, and Trick Daddy spoke out about this situation. So check out what he had to say.
Okay, so by that time, like I said, I love Fat Joe, love him like a brother. I believe that he loved me like a brother. As far as him hearing about me or hearing my music and taking it to somebody to hear it, probably did. But I've always had a deal. And last time I checked, there was no Southern artists that were doing any kind of work or any affiliation with the East Coast rappers because they didn't look at us. You know, they say that they the mecca of the music game and all. So for me to think that somebody from the East Coast was going to get a brother from the South, let alone Miami, and take his music and go get him a deal with no points, no strings attached, no nothing, that I don't see that happening then nor now. The first time I remember really meeting Fat Joe.
Alright, so you guys heard what Trick had to say. Now, what he said made perfect sense because especially back in those days, you know, the East Coast rappers always looked down on the South rappers. So, you know, it doesn't make sense for Trick to think that Fat Joe would actually take his record to an A&R and advocate on his behalf. You know, to be perfectly honest, I don't know what the hell is going on with Fat Joe these days. It seems like all the rhetoric he's been spewing has been an attempt to diminish, devalue, and undermine the contributions of my people to the hip-hop game. And so I think it was a couple of months ago, he came out and said that Latinos were responsible along with black people for creating hip hop, you know, diminishing our value. You know, we can never stand alone and be the sole creators of something. That's what it seems like. We can never be the sole creators of anything. Somebody always has to come and attach themselves to our culture. And if I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with you all, I have to say that Fat Joe to me has the same mindset and mentality of the same people that stole my ancestors' creations and inventions and made a profit off of it financially. Because let's be clear, make no mistake about it, if Fat Joe could get away with it, he would, right? So anyway, I'm gonna let this slide right here. I want you guys to drop down in the comments and let me know what you think about this situation. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And until next time, peace.
Well,